So Ryback on his YouTube channel yesterday, he did a live stream and he was getting into all the stuff with the Vince McMahon allegations, and he also touched on the John Cena Alex Riley controversy, and and also with the Triple H and Caitlyn rumors. With this stuff, with this your live stream here, Ryback already had talked about this stuff, and this was back in around June 2022 time when the whole story initially came out about the hush money payment that the WWE board was looking into. And then a few weeks ago, I first did a video. It was called "What Exactly Happened with John Cena and Alex Riley." But I'd also, before that, my first really wrestling related video on my channel, it was about, does Triple H have his own NDAs? Could TKO fire him? And then from that, I took a shorts clip, and it was from a Ryback, the Ryback video from that at that time, saying, hey, look, there's there's a Caitlyn and Triple H story out there, and there's a John Cena Alex Riley story out there, and that's about 10,000 plus views now, that shorts video. So that caught some steam. The Cafe de Rene guys picked up on that. They talked about this stuff. And then you had Rene Dupree saying that, if it came out, what he'd heard, the rumor, the story that happened with what Cena apparently did to Alex Riley, that it could potentially jeopardize his Hollywood career. Ryback has talked about this stuff going back to 2016 time. And I remember him saying, and I'm kind of paraphrasing, but it was more or less something along the lines of, if people find out what really happened, they're going to lose their shit. And saying that, one, it's hilarious because what you'd find out about Cena. So I was wondering, when he says it's effing hilarious, could that be something that happened that could be, just shocking, or, because when the way Renee described it, it was more like it's something that could be like very like disturbing type, very like a shocking and a disturbing way. So with this, what I want to do, sorry, I got a cough. What I want to do, I want to play the clip with this Ryback talking about this stuff with the John Cena and Alex Riley situation. This is from his live stream yesterday, so here we go.
So Alex Riley, I love Alex Riley, and I have a lot of great respect. And I don't know, I have suspicions that he's locked up on an NDA with everything with it. And it's not my place to tell what I believe, because I was not in there. But I rode with that man when a lot of people don't realize, when I went back as Ryback to WWE, and I was still Skip Sheffield, and I started my live events before they debuted me as Ryback. Alex Riley, you can go back, and all you little fucking people out there that like to check the facts, and go look at my fucking first matches back in WWE on that, who I wrestled. Who do you think it was? Alex Riley with that. And who do you think I rode with? He rode with me because I had the free car when I went back on the road. He rode with me. So I spent some time with Alex Riley and got some pertinent information on happened, because that situation happened prior with all of this. And what I'll tell people is, my goal is, I hope Alex Riley needs to be the one that comes out and tells the story, because only he can with it. But I will always have that man's back, because I witnessed them destroy his career. And this guy had everything to be a top star in the company. And he had a great attitude. He had a great look. He had a great work ethic with all of it. And he was over, and he was getting over, and he would have got more over. And Cena played a huge part. And this is why I always put over Cena for wrestling in the ring, and I loved wrestling him in the ring. But there was another person, and I call it the Bill Cosby effect, where you can't get caught up on the guy that you see on the screen, and you think that's them all the time. It's not, with all of it. And none of us are perfect. All of us have done things, but it's the abuse of power with all of this. And from what I know, and from what people talked about with this, is Cena and people back in Cena. And this is, he would have people on his bus occasionally with things, because Cena has his tour bus when he was up there. And this is from information that I'd got from Alex, and Cena had taken a liking to Alex and had him on his bus after the shows. And then that was and I don't know how long, if that went on for a week or for 2 weeks. And from what I was told and what I know is probably not what happened. I'm going to let you guys. I'm going to tell you without telling you, and let you guys form a conclusion. And hopefully, we could, like Alex, at the right time. If he's under an NDA, he never can. But people can look into this because it's an abuse of power. Is that there was a lot of drinking going on? All right, that was.
So there we have it. There. So he was saying this the same story that Tyler Rex, the Tyler Rex character from WWE, he's now known as Gabby Tuft, told that Cena was getting Riley to go on his tour bus. There was alcohol, lots of drinking going on, and so it's the same thing already from the story that Gabby Tuft told. And Ryback it's the same thing, and he was saying before that he roadblocks Riley and he got some pertinent information, so he knows about this stuff. So that already confirms the story that Gabby Tuft told, and I got into that and I reacted to a clip, and that's on the John Cena and Alex Riley controversy video I did, and you can check that out by clicking at the top right on the screen. But for now, I'll keep on playing the video.
Was what this is, and this was from Alex to me, is that there was a lot of drinking going on with it, and eventually it was Alex didn't want to drink anymore. This is just some of the things, and then so I'm going to ask you this as a grown man. So Alex didn't want to drink anymore with John, and it said I can't be doing this. I'm missing workouts, and there was heavy drinking supposedly, and Alex then told John he didn't want to do it anymore. Now, do you think as a grown man, if you would just say you're John Cena, okay, Shawnee, and I'm Alex Riley, and if we're drinking and you have me on your bus every week, and we're drinking and we're having a good time, and I tell you, hey, Shawnee, man, this is kind of affecting me, my life, my workouts. Like I don't really think I can hang doing this. I kind of just want to take it easy for a little bit. Would you probably, as a friend or a good human being, you'd probably be like, oh, I understand, man. You don't have to drink, like, right?
100%.
Yeah.
Drinking with you to help you.
Yeah. So this is what happened though, and I'm gonna let you guys see if this is a rational thing that a grown man would do. John acted like an ex a scorned ex who had just been done wrong. John would sit by the monitors, and I'm not the only one. I would sit right next to him with this, because John would sit by the monitors and just destroy Riley and just talk about how much of a piece of shit that he was, how horrible that he was, every single day. All of us, me, Usos, everybody would just look at each other like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy with all of this? I swear to God, I witnessed this every fucking day by the monitors when Alex was in there while he was still up there with all of this. And John would just bury him and just could not let it go. And all of us, and we've all had discussions, the other talent, and I know enough information that I'm not going to say, but there's been people that have said, I've seen type in the comments what they think that it is, and I would say there's probably a very fucking good chance that that's exactly what it was with it, but it's not my place to say it, and they think what they did, so again, what anyone wants to do with their life, with two adults, two men, women, whatever. I don't care about that. What I care about is what I witnessed afterwards with the abuse of power, and then is how you treat people, and then them destroying that fucking individual's entire career with this. And he had addictions to things after, this is how I know.
And yeah, that's another thing with that. He's saying about addictions to things, and I don't know if one of those things was specifically alcohol, because with Alex Riley, this was November 2010. He did have a DUI. It was like around that same week that Miz won the championship. But again, he's confirmed basically the same things that Gabby Tuft said, that as soon as Alex Riley turned down going on the tour bus from Cena, and that he was buried, he was done. But that's the real truth of the matter. And I think, and I'll give my take on it at the end of this clip. But I think it was never going to look good for Riley. It was never Riley didn't stand a chance after that, though. After turning down drinking shitloads of alcohol on Cena's tour bus.
I see how this fucking guy that had everything, that kind of shit will fuck you up forever with that. the domino effect. And and I will always speak highly of Alex Riley because that man has been nothing but professional, was hardworking, and did everything. And I witnessed it firsthand, and I witnessed the things that happened with me and lived it with that. And that guy did nothing fucking wrong. And they fucked with him, and then they put him down in NXT, and the guy had no business going back down. And what I believe, and this is again just what I believe, is I believe they finally either convinced him or got him to sign an NDA, and then they fucking got rid of him. They fired him. And like his life was never the same again. And that man did nothing wrong with it. But like, this is the abuse of power from Cena. Like, hey, you got to come drink on my bus with that. And the drinking was, I do believe the drinking was going on. But there was more than drinking that either happened or was asked to happen. And Alex declined. And then they fucking, and if that story comes out, that alone will fucking destroy John. And it will fucking, because people are going to see the real John Cena with it. But that comes, why does John, this is just common sense.
Yeah, that the story would destroy John Cena. There you go. There you have it. Pretty much the same thing that, Rene Dupree said, that if this came out, this could completely jeopardize John Cena's Hollywood career. So it really doesn't sound good, what it is. And I think from people who've, commented on this, and I've seen comments on Twitter, people already have an idea that, it's something that does sound quite bad. I watched an interview that Alex Riley did with Chris Van Vliet, and he seemed very cool, and he was very, very laid back, easygoing guy, just nice guy. And then he was very, very quick off the bat to answer questions, no hesitation. But then when it came to the thing with John Cena, he does pause a bit before he answers. That was one thing I noticed with that. With what Ryback was saying, and he was also saying some other stuff. A lot of it when it comes down to just Cena and his insecurities. He was saying that John Cena was getting a bit insecure and jealous of how over Ryback was, and he was freaking over. That whole Feed Me More thing, 2012 when he debuted, burst on the scene. That he was over. And then he was in 6-man tags. It'd be Ryback, Sheamus, and Cena against the Shield. And then Cena would just go out of his way, when he felt threatened, like they were maybe potentially, because they were getting cheered, Ryback and Sheamus, they were taking some of his shine away, then he would just go out of his way to, like, just do little things, like make them look bad, or like when Ryback was away to lock up, Cena just jumped in out of nowhere and got in the match and stuff like that, and read them the right act backstage, and it just seems like he was just very insecure of people getting over, certain people. Ryback probably being one of them, because he just had the look, and he seems to be a guy like a straight shooter. He doesn't play the games that Cena plays. That's for sure. And it does seem to be that thing. I mean, he's putting him over. Ryback is Riley about how professional he is and how hard-working he is, and no doubt, and he had something to him. Like, he could have been a big star. He could have been, if not a world champion, could have been IC US champ, and but something must have happened there, and that's what people are saying, though. That it's quite a few people now have said it, that it was Cena who buried him, and that was it. Never recovered. And then Arn Anderson tries to spin the story and put a narrative on it that, Riley turned down advice from Cena. But that wasn't really the case, let's be honest. The truth of the matter was that I think Riley either way was screwed. I think it was very much like a hold your enemies close type thing that Cena had with Riley. And I think it would have been damned if he didn't, damned if he do, damned if he don't. That's what they say, right? And, he could have gone on Cena's bus, drank a shitload of alcohol, and it just could have led to more and more things, issues. It could have been, God knows what it could have led to, getting his stomach pumped. Or, he doesn't do it, and then Cena has a reason to just, in his mind, to be a dick to him. That, you're turning down, you don't want to come on the bus, I'll help you out, give you advice about the business. But I don't think that's what it was. I don't think that's what it was at all with Cena. He saw him as a threat, and he wanted to eliminate that threat. And I mean, what Ryback was saying about the whole NDA thing, did NDA get arranged just before Riley got released? I don't know about that. I wouldn't be surprised if an NDA happened if when You know when Riley stopped, he wasn't an active wrestler no more, and then he went to like doing that announcing stuff on the network, and then doing like main event and superstars. I think maybe that something like an NDA was drawn up then, and then they decided, okay, you'll do this for now, Riley. Have him do the announcing, so he's out of Cena's way, and then that's that, and and just move on from it. Maybe something like that happened, that wouldn't surprise me. But then there's also that story as well about something about where Cena pulled a rib on Riley, and then Riley reacted badly to it, and then that's kind of like around 2012 when he lost his push. Remember that one? And Gabby Tuff spoke about it before. Cena was going into Riley's bag and taking out supplements and stuff like that. I mean, who are you, like another grown man, to go into someone else's bag and take stuff out? Just like that. I mean, that is bullying. That is straight up violating somebody. But with this, there's a brief clip I'll play, and it's a clip from the interview, an interview that Alex Riley had done a few years back. It was with the two-man power trip, and I want to play this clip here, and so you hear it right from Riley, what he's saying here about the Cena situation.
Yeah, I guess I'm not saying anything that other people haven't already kind of said. I mean, it is kind of out there. So I'll say this: there was an incident, and it certainly affected the path of my career. However, I'm not going to talk about it right now. I've kind of gone back and forth in my own head morally, really, with do I say anything, do I not? I'm not in the habit of destroying anybody's career. So it's just something at this point I don't want to address further than that. But one day I certainly will. It was a hard situation to deal with.
So there you go. There, that right there from the horse's mouth, and then he said it himself. I'm not in the habit of destroying someone's career. So that really should speak volumes, to a lot of people. What Riley is saying there, that this could be something very bad, and I kind of have an idea, and I still don't know for sure because I mean, it's not like I speak to people in the know, judging from Rene Dupree's reaction and James, his reaction, it seemed like it was something pretty damn bad. Because, they have people on their show in the business, they get some pretty big names. So they talk to people, they know the deal. But it definitely sounds pretty damn bad. Somebody said to me, they commented on one of my videos one time, and they said something about Riley's partner or something said to him that the heat with Cena was over something about Riley. He caught Cena performing black magic rituals backstage, and then at that point Cena had it in for him. At that very point, Cena had it in for him and buried him. And that might sound a little bit out there, but when you think about it, maybe there is some truth to that. Maybe it's something like that. I mean, I pointed out in one clip, I don't know if it was a video of mine, but one of my posts on my community page, Cena always does the 666 thing, and I guess the whole thing, are we supposed to, that's supposed to signify when he does that, that whole thing, that it's the three fingers he's showing, it's the for hostility respect, that's like the bullshit backstory. But it's always that thing, and you see many celebrities do it. The whole, not just like the whole Illuminati one eye thing, but they're always throwing up that 666 sign. And Cena's doing it all the time, not just like and when he's coming to the ring and he does his entrance. He in photographs outside WWE, these red carpet events, meeting other celebrities. He even did it when he met Mitt Romney. He's done plenty of people, and if Cena was being like a real insecure dick and acting kind of strange and like burying Riley when it seemed unnecessary, but then he's burying Riley, but then it's like other talent there are not burying him because they like him. Maybe that's where the insecurity comes from, that Riley caught Cena doing something that he shouldn't have done, So Cena's reaction was to just, shit on him to anybody and everybody to then make Riley look like the bad guy. Maybe that could have been what it was there. Again, I don't know. But it does sound pretty bad. But with this, what Ryback was saying is true, that ultimately it's Alex Riley who has to speak out about this. Only him, We can do these videos and we can try and keep pushing for the truth to get the truth out there. I wanted to do this because when I saw Ryback's tweet about justice for Alex Riley, I really believed that, because I think he was one of the good guys and, had something and was an upper mid card or even like a world champion. And, we hear about the stories, we hear about the backstage politics and people that get fucked over unfairly. And he was one of those guys that, got fucked over unfairly. And, maybe while all this stuff coming out, and I would say, God, if Alex Riley heard this video and if I was talking to Alex Riley, I would say to him, this is the time to speak out now. With all the stuff going on, with the allegations with Vince McMahon, Janelle Grant, all the other stuff, the executives that were involved and knew about that stuff that was going on, knew about the relationship with Vince and Janelle Grant, Brock Lesnar was involved in that stuff too. And then you had Cena give that absolute bullshit answer. Just he was never gonna condemn McMahon with that stuff, right? He was always going to stick by McMahon. He was never going to have empathy or anything for the victims. Now I think now more than ever would be the time to speak out. And but in his own time, and he said he would address it one day. And but yeah, I think at the end of the day that would just be karma, because Cena's pulled the wool over the eyes of a lot of people in the world. A lot of people. I've said before, when it came out about Cena, the whole thing when he was cheating on his missus with Mickie James, when Ken Doane spilled the beans on Twitter. That was Kenny from the Spirit Squad. Then about a few days later, Cena's doing a live Make-A-Wish at Times Square. It's like WWE, they know what they're doing with these things. Like they know it's about, it's the PR and it's about controlling the narrative, and we've got to make our cash cow look good, look whiter than white, because he was the modern day Hulk Hogan basically. But that's my video for now, guys. So feel free to hit the subscribe button, and let me know what's your take on all the stuff that Ryback's been saying. Do you think he knows exactly what happened there? And what do you think overall might have happened there? With what Cena might have done to Alex Riley. But that's my video for now, guys. Thank you very much. Cheers. Bye.